Hello and welcome to the CineTracer Meta Developer Update. Today we're going to be checking out the beginnings of the new set building system and our metahuman interaction system when it comes to furniture specifically. So what we're going to do here in this scene is select our metahuman, and you'll see at the bottom it says G for grab move. So this is how the moving works in CineTracer as well already, but we're going to hit G, and you'll see that I can move my character around the room like this. And if I scroll my mouse, he's going to spin around. But one of the main things we've added to CineTracer Meta is the ability to have our metahumans pose really quickly. So you'll see that as I hover over these different furniture pieces, he'll just actually pull up the right pose and, for all intents and purposes, sit down. And we've taken this a little bit further with props like this, that it can have multiple slots. And if you look closely, you'll see that his pose is actually much different than on this one. It's a completely different pose here, and it's designed to interact with the couch like this. So I'll put him here. And we can actually make it so that every, what I would call slot or anchor here for the metahuman could have a different pose, and I basically go through and make sure that it's mostly anchored to the furniture so that it looks appropriate. So this should allow for a much faster iteration of trying out different positions, like of sitting, sitting, sitting. And I'm going to be able to give you the base poses that you need to kind of get things up and running quickly. Right? So we'll do a layout like this, maybe put him here. To make him stand up, we would again have to go to one of these. These are the new ones. I haven't made pictures for them yet. But now he's standing. And then once he's there, like this, if you want to move him around in a different way, you can hit T, and then you use W, A, S, and D to move him around like this. And with mouse and keyboard, there's no way to spin him actually at this point in time, but you'll see that if he collides through here in this mode, he actually won't pull up the pose. So those are kind of the two ways of moving the metahumans around, and looking at some of the auto posing that can happen. If I put him back at the chair, to go over this posing system again, this will give you like your general body pose. Hopefully you're like pretty close to ready to go. But from here it's going to be pretty simple to change like which way he's looking. If you do twist his upper body, you're going to have to adjust his arms. But say you wanted him to be more reclined or not, or like sleeping or something like that. Hopefully it's not too much more work to go and make those things happen, right? When we bring the arms down, this type of thing. Right, so we use like the quick auto pose based on the furniture, and then you make your little tweaks, and we will make it so that you can save your custom body pose out after that. But again, we've seen with this very simple scene how quickly we can get the metahumans posed in there, and they're looking pretty good. On top of that, not quite ready to demo this yet, but this is our new set building system. And you'll see it's a new style. It's designed for building smaller sets, so that we can light them realistically. Lighting big sets, big interiors realistically is a little bit more expensive, so we're really going to be focusing on like smaller rooms. So in this case, this is like this is what I'm considering a 3x2. This is a good size scene. We could go maybe like twice to 3 times as big as this, but then bigger than that, it's going to be hard to light it correctly. But just to show like a little bit of the preview of the lighting that's happening here, we just have some basically point lights outside the window. And we can crank these, and you can see how nice the lumen bouncing is contributing the light in there. So per windows, I'm still experimenting with like what light sources look best coming through to recreate daylight. But basically, for whatever reason, these point lights that we've designed here, these kind of lantern lights, they look really nice if you were to put one in each window. And overhead, in this case, we just have another point light. So this is basically lit with 3 point lights, and this is our translate. I forget if I've shown this in other videos, but similar to the translights and LED wall backgrounds we kind of have in CineTracer now, you'll have these as options, and you can load different images into them, like nighttime, daytime, and whatnot, and how bright they are. And they're going to look good for, just being outside your window, and they'll look even better when they're out of focus. And again, this is our kind of overhead light. If we turn that off completely, you'll see that we have it tuned to just be giving like a little bit of overhead light. I don't know what it was, like 100 or 200. So that's the update with the system. This is one of the major features that I wanted to implement, because the main game loop of CineTracer is posing your actor, and I want to make this more detailed like this, so you can do more, get more poses, plus the face. And at the same time, I want it to be faster to get to end results like this, whereas in current CineTracer, it would take you quite a while to get them to sit down, and you probably would never actually get to this nice of a pose. Now it's possible, and we're going to basically keep adding poses to this. We're going to have to make different poses for her per object, but that's the goal with bikes, cars, beds, everything, is that you're going to get a pretty good, quick version of it just by hovering over like that, and then you just come in here and you can edit it as you need to. So that wraps it up for this video. We'd love to hear any initial feedback on this system. At this phase in development, I am reading all the comments for sure, and you never know, something that you suggest or see that would be cool to add in, or something that's not looking quite right, even though it's beta. This is like pre-alpha actually, but that feedback I'm definitely receptive to it right now, and it might make it into this first build of CineTracer Meta. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.